this is going to be a big headache. It could be. It could even potentially damage the Zionist state. It could inflict huge blow to them in the future. Why am I saying this? Well, it is because this rebel group right now, they are making a lot of advances. They're capturing territories in Syria, and now they're heading towards Damascus, the capital of Syria. They are trying to at the same time negotiate, but looks like their offensive is just the beginning as to what we understand from reports. The analysts argue that because of the Gaza war, the world did not pay attention to Syrian struggle, the civil war, but these rebels, they want to make a point and they want to tell us they exist. So therefore, they could march on to the borders of the Zionist state. We never know what their plan is, but take a listen at this video first, then I will make some comments. Before I actually do that, just to also remind you guys, most of my viewers are not subscribed. If you happen to be one of them, consider subscribing. Let's play the video.
A wide-scale operation against the Syrian army. The move Wednesday was the first territorial advance to take place in years. Now, according to land monitors, at least 10 areas of northwestern Aleppo were overrun. For more on the timing of the latest advance, here's our correspondent Jasper Mortimer reporting.
The Syrian rebels are actually a coalition of many militant groups put together by Turkey. Turkey gives them weapons, it trains them, it gives them military advisors. This offensive would not have happened without Turkish support and probably with Turkish initiative. Now, as you said, there's been a ceasefire in northwestern Syria since March 2020, but reports say that in recent weeks, the Syrian government, together with the Russian Air Force, have been attacking the rebel areas of northwestern Syria and building up their forces for what would look like a pending offensive. So I think Turkey and the rebels have decided to strike for two reasons.
Okay, so before we hear these two reasons, my question is, if Erdogan or Turkey change the whole status quo in Syria, because this Syrian government is no good, and it is also coming at a time, if you notice, when we know Russia is heavily involved in Ukraine war. Is Erdogan, my question is, taking full advantage of the situation and try to advance his goal in Syria and end up taking control of the situation there, even getting rid of Assad, who is just a puppet of Putin? We do not know, but something without a shadow of a doubt is cooking. Turkey is planning something, because without Turkey's help, this group, HTC, this is what their name, Hayat Tahrir al-Sham, would not have made any move without the approval of Turkish President Erdogan or his government. Therefore, I have reasonable doubt to really make a point as clear as possible, but I don't think we can do it. I mean, a lot of parties are involved in this, and this rebel group is going to fight, and Turkey is getting involved. What is happening in the world?
Firstly, to preempt a Syrian government offensive, and secondly, to remind the world that the Syrian civil war exists. You know, for the last 13 months, the world has been focused on what is happening in Gaza, Israel, and Lebanon, but the Syrian rebels have been fighting since 2011.
That's exactly what it is. They want to make a point. They want to make a statement to the whole world that they are existing, they are living, they are breathing, and they are ready to advance their causes further down the line and go to the borders of the Zionist state. Now, the reason I'm saying that the Zionist state could be in big trouble is because this group previously pledged their allegiance to the Palestinian causes. In fact, these rebels who are now advancing through M5 and M6 highways in Syria, a lot of them are pro-Palestinian. They are not pro-Palestinian, they are Palestinian. I will actually show you in a second. But if you take a look at this map here, they started from Aleppo in Syria, and they're advancing to, and they have captured this land called Sarakib. This land or this area was not under their control. Now these rebels, they control this. And if you go, if you zoom out from here, you can see this city of Damascus is very, very close, not too far, and that's where they're advancing, trying to get rid of the Assad regime. We do not know what is their ultimate goal, but if they do that, take a look at this Zionist state. Their border is very, very close. They will have to just cross over Lebanon, which is already very, very unstable at the moment, and then you have Israel. So I'm not saying that their move is because of what happened in Gaza, but I cannot at the same time deny that could be the reason why they made this move, or why they're advancing towards the city, deeper into the city, and capturing one after another territory. The reason these people are so fast in advancing, because they started this war or battle only yesterday. So in matter of just few hours, they were able to capture all of these territories, because the Syrian forces pro-Assad, his army, they were fleeing. When they saw them coming, these rebels, they fled and ran away, leaving behind all their munitions and everything. Therefore, it is coming as all of a sudden as a shock and surprise, but Turkey is definitely playing a big role behind all of this. Now, let's see what this reporter, he's an analyst, let's see what he has to say.
Now today,
he's actually a journalist in the Middle East.
The Syrian and the Russian air forces are bombing areas controlled by rebels in the northwest of Syria. It comes after those rebels, led by the militant group Hayat Tahrir al-Sham, launched an incursion and captured territory in the province of Aleppo for the first time in years. Our terrorism expert, Wasim Nasser, is here with us in the studio to tell us more about this. Look, Wasim, first of all, help us understand this story. What area of Syria are we talking about here, and what is it so far that's actually happened?
The most significant part of it is that those fronts were freezed since like 5 years. And here we see it on a map. What's in green is rebel-held areas, HTS areas, red regime areas, and in blue, the evolution of the rebels' attack headed by HTS since like a little bit more than 24 hours, meaning yesterday. And we know that a few hours ago, they captured the town of Sarakib that we see south on the M5 highway, and the other town next to Aleppo, which is very important since in 5 years they didn't make any advancement on those borders. We have footage.
So this is another point that I want to make here, guys. For the last 5 years, 4 or 5 years, these rebel groups, they were completely confined to only Idlib. They were not going out of Idlib to attack anybody until what happened 24 hours ago. And these groups or this military of Syrian government, they're absolutely shocked to see how fast they're moving with obviously the help of Turkey. Now Turkey, we know that they are all talk, no action. Nevertheless, according to Erdogan, he called the Palestinian resistance group Hamas as the Mujahid. If you don't remember, he did say that they're fighting a holy war, and he was absolutely not supportive of Hezbollah. In fact, Erdogan made absolutely no remark about the Hezbollah's achievement or what they're doing with the Zionist state, the recent wars. What I'm trying to get you at is that Erdogan might be very much sympathetic to those groups that Erdogan likes, because remember, the Muslim Brotherhood is an entity that is also in Syria, that is also fighting for the Turkish government. I mean, on behalf of Erdogan. There are many other Muslim Erdogan entities fighting. Now they have Hamas. Remember Hamas, when they started the war when they attacked Israel on October 7th, they did not ask Iran's permission whatsoever, and Iran was very, very furious about this. They basically said, how dare you do that without letting us know? Hamas was like, we don't care about you. We had to do it, so we had to do it. Shows that Hamas, they're allegiance is really not truly to the Iranian government. Rather, it is to Turkey. They trust Turkey and Qatar more than they trust Iran. I could be wrong, but this is my analysis. Even though they said Hamas is a resistance force, we're going to help them, we're going to support them, whatever they need. We want them to kick the Zionists out of Gaza. But Hamas, they really did not get any ceasefire deal when Hezbollah reached a ceasefire deal with the Zionist state. All of these things are indicating that what we know outwardly is far less than what is actually happening inside Syria, Lebanon, and the state of Israel, the Zionist state, the fake state. Their advancement is coming at a time now also when, as I said in the beginning of this video, when Russia is getting too involved in Ukraine war, they want to win, they want to finish it as soon as possible, even before Donald Trump comes into power. And there is this report from Fox News. They said that Russia is winning on quote-unquote all fronts against Ukraine. So in other words, they are heavily involved. Russia is heavily involved in the war with Ukraine, and also now they have to deal with US's missile attack, UK's missile attack. It could be that this rebel group, HTC, Al-Tahrir group, Asham, could be taking advantage of that war between Ukraine and Russia and leveraging it to really advance their goal and capture more territories and to dethrone, if you like, Bashar al-Assad, and also get rid of Russian military bases in Syria, and eventually trying to get inside Israel and start attacking them. We do not know, because again, they are backed by a man whose name is Erdogan, and he doesn't like Israel. Again, as I said, even though outwardly he said a lot of things, he's all about talk, no action. But you never know what they're doing behind closed doors. I think if this escalates, if this gets out of control, it is going to be a nightmare for the Zionist state, and also obviously for the Syrian regime, Bashar al-Assad, who is ruling over 74% Sunni Muslims in Syria, if you do not know. If this group, HTC, they continue fight against Bashar al-Assad regime, they will be able to recruit tens and thousands of fighters, Sunni Muslims, okay? And so they will not have any problem with manpower. Turkey, if they supply them with a weapon, I mean, things are gonna get more intense in that part of the world.
Much of the violence, though, has ebbed away over the past few years. Why then are we seeing this resurgence of violence now in Aleppo?
Well, there are many factors, and the three main factors, in my opinion, and especially the push towards Sarakib, and we have a new footage about the push into Sarakib, and here it is, and it also reminds us of the modus operandi of the beginning of the war that you were mentioning here, entering this facility next to Sarakib. There are three main factors, meaning that we talked here about the Israeli hitting Sarakib, which was used by Iranian as a hub. That happened a few days ago. And we saw also that the Turkish President Erdogan didn't reach any agreement with President Assad despite his various attempts. So HTS saw an opportunity to push back on the Syrian army and on Iranian loyalist militias that were bombing Idlib and its outskirts on a daily basis.
Okay, so basically what he said just now proves my point, where it is going to be a huge challenge for the Zionists, because this particular area, I just want to show you the map one more time, was a hub for the IRGC, Iranian IRGC, special military wing of the Iranian army. So this is Sarakib was ruled by IRGC. It was a hub for IRGC. Now it is completely emptied out because of the recent attack by HTC. Israel all this time could target this area, Sarakib, because IRGC is there, Iranian military personnel and their intelligence and all that. But now they have a new player in the region, in that part of the area, and that is HTC. So everything that Israel did so far with the bombing and shelling is going to be wasted, because now they have a new player. Now they have a new threat coming from HTC, who is backed by Turkey, and Turkey cannot wait to get involved in this warfare, especially after what happened in Gaza. So guys, my point here is that this Sunni Muslim group who are now emerging on this front line taking up arms, they are not going to spare Turkey, because remember, Gaza, the population there, they are all Sunni. So Sunni Muslims in Syria and also Palestinian origin would definitely be a big threat for the Israeli Zionist state, the fake state of Israel. It is going to be very interesting what will happen, and I will be keeping you updated and give you all the updates to see what is happening. But thank you so much for joining this session. I'll see you in the next video.